G'day folks, welcome back to Pete's Investing. It's September 19, 2023. This is a US crude oil update. Here on the daily, first off, it's broken above this resistance we drew previously. Now that was initially a minor resistance, but now we're going to change that and make it a hard resistance. So what that means is I'm going to place, and that goes up to the top of that candle, and I'm going to move this candle down to, is it that area? It's going to make sure that's right. Yep, I'm going to leave it at that area there. That should go actually just above on that. There you go. So that's where we are at the moment. Now we're showing a bit of a slight weakness in the CCI. It was a slight, but nothing too dramatic. And likewise on the stochastic, it's still in an upswing and approaching the midpoint and potentially starting to turn out, but nothing significant. So I'll keep an eye on that. That could be a major resistance to be aware of in the coming days. On the hourly, you can see here we had a divergence. We had a few divergences actually. A failed one back here. We initially started with that one and we projected a break to the downside. Now it did fail that point. You can see there the CCI kept below that high there until that point, and that's where we invalidated that divergence. Now since then we've had another minor divergence in that little range there, and it sustained it until today. So you can see there that if we extend that right up till today, that would be another divergence to look out for. Now, something to be aware of, we need to raise the Fibonacci level. Oops. Let me just redraw that. So the Fibonacci level will go back from the previous low down there to that more recent high. And also we need to then realign that target area to the 23% to the 38% level of that Fibonacci range. So again, that trend line still remains, and you can see that it's tracking quite nicely on that trend line. So it needs to break below that trend line, and that'll be our initial target area, so long as this CCI remains below that point there. So these divergences most of the time work, and occasionally they fail, and this one has failed back there. But at the moment, this one's still live, so we'll keep watching on that. Keep watching that one. Now, if it breaks, it could, of course, it could still break above this resistance, and there's no guarantee to anything in trading. But if it does bounce to the downside and breaks below this trend line, then that'll be our initial target. Also on the stochastic on this one, you can see there it's pretty flat, and it looks like it's in the overbought territory. So we may see a potential weakening possibly, but no sign yet on the stochastic. On our multiple indicator down here, we are showing a few signs breaking to the downside, and they usually happen and show an indication of a downside correction or a downside retrace. Now these ones were all false signals because you can see they had a nice big bullish movement on the price, and these were consistently showing us a bearish outlook. So you could argue that was a long-term divergence on that indicator alone. But you can see here these indicators generally work when it shows a bullish situation there. For example, it showed a breakout to the upside. Likewise here, when the price is rising, this is showing a bearish outlook, and so on. So this is probably an outlier in this case. These are showing a downside break, and it hasn't happened yet on the price. So again, we'll keep an eye on that. That's our short-term outlook on the hourly. If it breaks below that, that'll be our target. Otherwise, we may see further upside. And to invalidate this divergence, as I said previously, as I did back here, that CCI needs to break higher than that point there, in which case the price will have risen and broken above this resistance as well. So to keep an eye on it, support us more on the Patreon page. We also look at weekly scans of stocks, currencies and commodities. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, like and share the channel, and see you in the next video.